Before we start today's video, check out our new merch shop linked in the description below, featuring new updated designs from your favorite Marvel projects. Use the code TEAMCAP or code IRONMAN in all caps to get 10% off of your order. Thanks so much and enjoy today's video.
Hey everyone.
What's up guys, Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we're going to be discussing some rather unfortunate truths about the upcoming, or is it really upcoming, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, and into the regards of its new release date. We of course are going to go ahead, we're going to hop right on into it, kind of break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing all types of Marvel related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Also, be sure to hit that little notification bell right next to it to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel almost on the daily. There is a lot of Marvel news to keep up with. It's exactly why we're here, is to keep you guys updated with everything, not just that, but also break it down for you guys. As always, I really appreciate all of the support. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from the Direct's article as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. One of Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse's lead actors recently had offered a disappointing update on its release. Nonetheless, it's an update which now appears further away than ever. Spider-Verse 3 was originally dated for March 29th of last year, 2024, just 9 months after the Across the Spider-Verse swung into theaters in 2023. However, Sony Pictures ultimately has wiped the project from its schedule altogether, marking an indefinite delay amid the 2023's Hollywood writers and actors strike. It seems that there's even more barriers and things that are causing delays for this upcoming flick. During a recent interview with Decider.com, Jarhal Jerome, who voices Miles G. Morales in Across the Spider-Verse, offered a disappointing update on Beyond the Spider-Verse as Sony Pictures' sequel remains quite undated. Jerome had debuted as Miles G. Morales in the cliffhanger ending to Across the Spider-Verse. Having escaped the clutches of Miguel O'Hara, or Spider-Man 2099, Miles Morales accidentally crossed into another universe where he's met with Miles G. Morales, who took a villainous route to become the Prowler. When asked if the production has even begun on Spider-Verse 3, the Unstoppable Star had confirmed that they haven't even started up yet on dialogue recordings, as there are a lot of things being figured out still, saying all that then they're in quote, "No, I wish, but we haven't started up yet. A lot of things are still being figured out, but good things." I mean, that quote right there. Nonetheless, it's good things to look forward to, and the good things that they want to figure out. They're really taking the kind of quality measures that they want to and really should be with this upcoming project. It definitely seems, rather than just rushing through it. So it definitely seems that maybe, potentially, there's actually some script rewrites going on, if for anything. The recording process for Spider-Verse 3 comes as a major departure from Across the Spider-Verse. Gwen Stacy actress Hailey Steinfeld had confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter in June of 2023 that recording did begin for Spider-Verse 2 right after the first one came out, around 4 years before its release actually. So if for anything, they look to do the actual voice recordings first and do much of the animation process after. Although, after the 2023 Hollywood labor disputes, obviously halting writer work for several months from May to September, the SAG-AFTRA strike also presumably had no impact on the recording, so however, as that is still not ready to begin well over a year later actually, and that there's other things actually kind of causing delays to that, which would actually, for anything, be scripting issues and actual story issues. The third movie may have faced further production setbacks after a report from Vulture.com exposed toxic working conditions for the animators, and that had proclaimed making Across the Spider-Verse was death by 1,000 paper cuts. One report from Jeff Snyder claimed that the threequel had been heavily delayed after Sony scrapped most of Beyond the Spider-Verse for creative reasons and didn't like the script, but those claims were denied by some of the movie's key figures and, well, people that have actually worked on the project. So all in all, and putting all this together and looking at all of this as an overview, it seems that for anything that there's more issues going on with, you know, this movie that really meets the eye. Of course, you may want to point your fingers and say, well, this is because of the Hollywood strikes, but those are from 2023. So if those are still affecting this movie, there's something definitely wrong with that, because no other movies or projects or shows are being affected by that really still. And that's something that was well over a year at this point ago. It seems that it's two things that are heavily affecting this movie, if for anything. It's in the fact of that, well, straight up, it seems that there's some toxic working conditions going on, which is causing delays, and maybe even reworking figures and things of that nature. The hierarchy within the actual business and in the actual office itself, and also into the fact of that are also story issues. Sony doesn't like the way that the story's panning out all that much, and that they're really looking into doing some rewrites for the project. In terms of when recording for Beyond the Spider-Verse will actually begin, Spider-Man India actor Kareem Sony had told TimesOfIndia.com in August of 2024 that he was expecting to begin work on the threequel in a few months. But that was in August of last year, 2024. He noted that Beyond the Spider-Verse is deep in production at the same time, which is confusing because, in animation, dialogue is typically recorded before the visuals are created. And then again, some animators do opt to do and add dialogue and sound later on after animating, because there are, small things that they're changing around or reanimating, such as the mouth movements, which could mean that more of Spider-Verse 3 is done once than actually thought, meaning that much more of the actual animation process may actually be done, and that instead they're just opting to do that first instead, and maybe do much of the voice work after. Beyond the Spider-Verse recently took a promising step forward as the franchise veterans Bob Persichetti and Justin K. Thompson were officially announced as co-directors for the sequel. That was just a couple of months ago, but that's something that we've long known for quite some time. The filmmakers shared a statement saying that we have crafted what we feel is a very satisfying ending, and we can't wait for fans to experience it. That in itself, I think, would come as more so of a solidified confirmation that much of the actual story has been finished. The vector of the statement points to a movie rather far in development and nearing its completion, not one that's still in its early stages of its development. So when asking the question as of when is this movie actually going to see the light of day, exactly when fans will see Beyond the Spider-Verse is quite tough to say, as a 2025 release appears unlikely to none with no date announced and recordings still yet to actually begin. That seems out of question. Even looking forward to next year, in 2026, the year may already be just too webbed up to add Spider-Verse 3 into the mix. Marvel Studios' Spider-Man 4 is positioned for July. Avengers Doomsday, which will feature more of Spider-Man in a major role, is set for May of the same year, and your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man could have a new season by then too. And not just that, there's enough Spider-Man action it seems going on with the whole MCU and with Marvel Studios on that forefront, but there are also a lot of other projects and movies releasing. And while Sony Pictures could double down on a 2026 as the year of Spider-Man, honestly that wouldn't be all that bad, with multiple wall-crawling projects scattered throughout. It's entirely possible that fans could be waiting up until 2027 for Spider-Verse 3 to actually release. This would mark a 4-year wait after the last installment and a 3-year delay from the original March of 2024 date. But hey, better late than never. This would align with an update shared by the Cosmic Circus in August of last year, stating that the team is working hard on Spider-Verse 3, but discouragedly had added that the movie is still 2 to 3 years out and nowhere near done. It definitely adds up with that report, but in terms of what has caused these delays, the holdup in recordings over a year clear of the strikes may suggest difficulty in perfecting the story. After 2 critically acclaimed and beloved Spider-Verse tales, the team is bound and eager to stick the landing in a complete one of the greatest comic book movie trilogies of all time. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial MCU. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Different theories as well, I'm all ears. Let's discuss. I love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Leave a like on today's video as it really does help out the channel. I really appreciate it. Stick around here on the channel, Unofficial MCU, by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel, almost on the daily. There's a lot of Marvel news and craziness that has been going on. That's exactly why we're here, is to keep you guys all updated on all of it and explain it all. Also check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below or to the channel. Also use codes Team Iron Man or Team Cap in all caps depending on what team you are a part of to get 10% off of your order. I'll be updating and dropping new designs on a regular basis, so make sure you check it out. It can make a perfect gift for someone else or even for yourself. With whatever way you support the channel, I really deeply do appreciate it. Whether it's simply watching today's video or purchasing one of our products, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Peace out.